Okay, so thank you all for answering the emails and jumping into the discussion board. One of the questions that almost always comes up at the beginning of a term from several students is, my financial aid hasn't come through yet. How can I get access to the textbook when I don't have the money to purchase it? So um, the textbook is in fact required for this class. However, there are a couple of things that we can do to buy some time while you are waiting for those financial aid funds to come through. And then, so I'm going to show you that here in a moment. And then I'm also going to tell you a couple of ways that you can even stretch your dollar a little bit more when your financial aid checks do come through. So the first thing that I want to show you is that when we go into the getting started link on the main navigation here. I'm sorry if I get a little laggy here for a moment. My internet connection isn't the best one. Once I click into Unit 1, you'll notice that there's some messages there for me, things to remember. That has to, these two at the top have to do with preview week. And then we run right into chapter 1 here. In chapter 1, you'll notice that there is a PDF that you can download and read at least chapter 1. Unfortunately, I can't do that with all of the chapters because there's a copyright infringement. I would suggest that you not try to download a free copy of the entire textbook from, some sort of download service on the web, because usually those come with bearing gifts like Trojan horses or viruses that you'll then install on your computer, and it becomes much more costly to solve those problems than it does to just buy the textbook to begin with. Okay, so once that is done, if you get through chapter 1, which would take us through today through next week, and you still don't have the funds cleared for your textbook, the next thing that you can do is to go to Revel, and over here in the main navigation, there's a link that says what's up with Revel. In here, there is a join code. So if you click, I'm just going to copy it. You can watch me copy it here. And I'm going to paste it in. So these are free ways to access the text for now. Of course, they're just preview ways. So eventually you do have to purchase the text. I get a little message that says I already have access to this material, and this is because there's some cookies installed on my computer. It might look a little bit different for you, but what we're looking for here is this link underneath the sign in button. I have not purchased this material. So once I click in there, I get two more options here in bright orange yellow. I have an access code or I'm ready to buy. What I want to do is ignore both of those and look again down here for the link that showed up that says get a 14-day temporary access. So once I do that, Pearson is going to prompt me to create a login. So you'll want to go in and create one unless you already have one for a different class, and it will walk you through how to gain access to that 14-day trial. So that trial will give you trial to Revel as well as to the textbook itself. Now, with that being said, you'll want to make sure that you cancel your subscription within that 2-week period, so you don't get charged for it. But from the start of class today through when you do that, you could have 3 weeks. So like I would read chapter 1 and not worry about this Revel thing, like waiting for my financial aid check to come through. And then if it doesn't, like next week, sign up for this 14-day trial. Then you have 3 weeks from today to get access to a textbook. So those are a couple of ways to stretch time right now while you're waiting for funds to clear. A couple of things also I'd like to mention is that first of all, you can use the fourth edition of the textbook. There's similar things. Some of the chapter numbers might not match up, but I always tell folks what the topic is that we are working on. Most of the vocabulary matches up, so it won't be a huge jump to switch between the fourth and the fifth edition. So if you find access to the fourth edition at a price point you can bear, that's the one I would suggest doing. So if you don't have the funds to do it inside of the bookstore, here are a couple of other options. First of all, on Amazon, when I type in Human Communication and Society, that fourth edition pops up. This is the one that we're using right now, which is the fifth edition. There's access to an e-textbook here to rent. for $40. You can buy it for $60 and you get instant access here. If you're someone who would rather go paperback style, you can do the 4th edition. Incidentally, for those of you who did purchase the 5th edition, you can also purchase a loose leaf version of that through the Pearson products, and I can help you with that if anyone has any questions. And you'll notice here that it says paperback. I can rent it for $30 to $47.30. Or I can buy it used. And you'll see that the price points drop down a little bit here, right? So $20 if I go used, and they have a little bit of shipping added onto them, but still that's an option there to get a used text, and then it arrives before you'd need it. And then another option is Chegg.com. I don't know if you've used Chegg before, but if you come into Chegg, type in Human Communication in Society, you have an option to rent it. This is the 4th edition, again, from $31 to $49, or buy it. Now, incidentally, if you do go with the 4th edition or with one of these more discounted books, it probably won't come with an access card, but you do not need to use the Revel program in order to succeed in this class. But you do need the textbook. So that's Chegg. And then also eBay is another shot. You have to do a little digging on eBay to find one that might work for you, but here's one for $19.79 with $4 shipping. Here's a buy it now for $23.79 with free shipping. So that's an option, $8.20. So there's definitely some other avenues you can go through to purchase the textbook other than the bookstore, some things that might help you gain some time. Through Pearson itself, you can also get instant access to it for $39.99, which is the same as Amazon. There are 3 different ways you can gain access to this text. E-text for $39.99. Revel, which is the link that I've sent you and I put up on the page before, is $69.99. And then here is a print copy of the book for $60. So just some options. I know it's not the best option because I'd love to be able to give you all this content for free. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet, but at least these things will help you gain access to the text and not lose time while doing that. If you have any further questions about it, please reach out to me and let me know if you have any trouble accessing any of these things. I am looking forward to working with you all this term. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.